Why is a powerful bomb cyclone about to unleash one of the strangest and most dangerous weather patterns we've seen this entire winter across America? And what does this catastrophic atmospheric shift mean for the millions of Americans who will be caught in the path of this rapidly intensifying storm system during this sacred time between Christmas and New Year? Right now, as I speak to you this Saturday evening, December 27th, we're witnessing a major weather pattern flip that will bring winter back with a vengeance, just as families are traveling home from holiday celebrations. As we prepare to transition into the new year, Mother Nature seems determined to test our faith and preparedness with one of the most complex and dangerous weather events in recent memory. After a period of record-breaking warmth that fooled many into thinking winter had forgotten America, multiple storm systems are about to bring heavy snow, dangerous cold, and the return of severe weather to vast areas of our country. But here's what makes this different from any other winter storm forecast you'll hear today or anywhere else. This is not an ordinary weather event, and the signs have been building for those who know how to read them. At precisely 4 minutes and 45 seconds, I'll reveal how the pressure drop of 24 millibars or more within 24 hours will create explosive cyclogenesis this weekend, fulfilling the old weather saying that when winter sleeps too long, it awakens with fury. By minute 8, you'll understand exactly how the significant dip in our jet stream over the Midwest will position a low-pressure system over Minnesota and the Dakotas, creating the atmospheric setup that veteran meteorologists genuinely fear. At the 12-minute mark, I'll reveal specific snow accumulations and severe weather timing for over 50 major metropolitan areas from coast to coast, including the exact numbers that emergency management officials are using to make life and death decisions. These forecasts use data that's been updated within the last 75 minutes from the National Weather Service, storm prediction centers, and emergency management facilities nationwide as they prepare for what could be a historic event. By minute 18, you'll know the timeline of the powerful Arctic blast that will surge southward behind this storm, sending temperatures plunging across much of the United States in a way that will test infrastructure and faith alike. And at the 22nd minute mark, I'll show you why this pattern will continue with multiple Alberta clippers bringing additional snow through early January, creating what our ancestors would have called a winter of reckoning. But first, let me explain why this bomb cyclone has veteran meteorologists genuinely concerned about the rapid intensification we're about to witness, and why the old-timers saw this coming long before our computers did. A bomb cyclone occurs when atmospheric pressure drops by at least 24 millibars within a 24-hour period, indicating explosive development of a low-pressure system that creates widespread havoc across multiple states. This rapid intensification of a low-pressure system creates the perfect setup for widespread hazardous weather across multiple states and time zones, affecting millions of Americans during the busiest travel period of the year. One of the biggest reasons why this is happening is because as we go into Sunday, we're going to see a really significant dip in our jet stream over the Midwest, creating what meteorologists call a loaded gun atmospheric pattern. A low-pressure system will be centered right over Minnesota and the Dakotas, with very strong southwesterly flow located across the entire Midwest region, pulling moisture from the Gulf of Mexico into collision with Arctic air from Canada. This is not an ordinary storm where we're just talking about some scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, and a little bit of light snow that briefly inconveniences travel plans. What's actually happening is far more significant. We could see up to 2 to 3 feet of snow accumulation in some areas across the northern tier, creating conditions that will strand travelers and test community resilience. Extremely high winds will affect a large geographical area, with wind gusts potentially reaching 50, 60, even 70 miles per hour in the strongest areas, powerful enough to topple trees, damage buildings, and knock out power to millions. Meanwhile, severe weather is going to make a dramatic return across parts of the Ohio Valley on Sunday, creating a dangerous contrast in weather conditions that will challenge emergency responders and test community preparedness. With this powerful storm, we are going to develop a very strong cold frontal boundary that will extend from Texas and New Mexico back into New England, creating a continental-scale weather battleground. An Arctic air mass is going to make its way into the country as we go into late Sunday and Monday, causing temperatures to fall very quickly and reminding us all of winter's awesome power to humble human plans. Then by the middle and end of next week, our jet stream will continue to be angled out of the northwest, promoting additional storm development in what promises to be an active and challenging winter pattern. Now let me walk you through what this unprecedented bomb cyclone means for over 50 major metropolitan areas across the United States, starting with those facing the most immediate and severe threats. Starting with the northern plains and upper Midwest, where the most immediate and severe impacts will develop this weekend and early next week, affecting millions of people during the holiday travel period. Minneapolis, St. Paul, and the entire Twin Cities metropolitan area face the potential for historic snowfall totals from this bomb cyclone system, with accumulations that could rival the legendary storms our grandparents still talk about. We're talking about heavy snow accumulations of 12 to 18 inches possible, combined with dangerous wind chills that could reach life-threatening levels and blizzard conditions that will make travel virtually impossible. Fargo, Grand Forks, Duluth, and Bismarck could experience even higher snow totals, with the potential for 18 to 24 inches or more in the heaviest bands, creating conditions that will strain emergency services. Milwaukee, Madison, Green Bay, Des Moines, and Cedar Rapids will experience significant impacts on the southern edge of the heavy snow, with 8 to 14 inches likely and dangerous wind conditions. For the Great Lakes region, this bomb cyclone will create enhanced snow conditions due to lake effect interactions with the primary storm system, creating a double threat that veteran forecasters know to respect. Chicago, Detroit, Grand Rapids, Cleveland, Toledo, and Buffalo will experience significant snow accumulations combined with dangerous wind conditions that could create blizzard-like conditions across the entire region. Rochester, Syracuse, and Erie, Pennsylvania sit directly in the path of enhanced lake effect snow and could see substantial additional accumulations beyond the main storm, potentially creating some of the highest totals. Moving to the Ohio Valley, where this storm system will create a fascinating and dangerous transition between winter and severe weather, demonstrating nature's incredible complexity and power. Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton, Louisville, Lexington, and Indianapolis will experience the transition zone where heavy snow changes to severe thunderstorms as the system moves through, creating challenges for emergency managers. Pittsburgh, Morgantown, and Charleston, West Virginia will likely experience heavy snow conditions as they remain north of the main severe weather zone, but must still prepare for dangerous conditions. For the Northeast, this storm system will bring significant winter weather impacts, though amounts will vary considerably by location, depending on exact track and timing of the system. Albany, Boston, Worcester, Providence, and Hartford will see moderate to heavy snow accumulations as the storm system tracks across the region, creating conditions that could paralyze travel. New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington, D.C. may see mainly rain or mixed precipitation, though the exact timing could significantly impact accumulations in these major metropolitan areas. Now let's examine the severe weather threat across the South and Southeast, where dangerous thunderstorms will pose significant risk during what should be the peaceful holiday season. Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, Birmingham, Huntsville, and Atlanta are in the heart of the severe weather threat zone, where damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are possible during peak travel time. Charlotte, Greensboro, Raleigh, Columbia, and Charleston could experience damaging winds and large hail as supercell thunderstorms develop along the frontal boundary, creating dangerous conditions for millions. For areas across Texas and the South Central region, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, Austin, Little Rock, and New Orleans face the severe weather threat extending westward along the frontal boundary. For the Mountain West and Pacific Coast, Denver, Salt Lake City, Albuquerque, Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Phoenix will see indirect effects as Arctic air spreads westward. Now let me break down the specific timing of this dangerous bomb cyclone as it develops and intensifies over the next 48 hours, hour by hour, so you know exactly when to expect the worst. Saturday evening sees the initial organization of the low-pressure system. Sunday morning marks rapid intensification, and Sunday afternoon brings peak intensity with severe weather outbreak across the Ohio Valley. Sunday evening sees the heaviest snow development across the upper Midwest. Monday morning continues dangerous conditions, and Monday afternoon marks the beginning of the Arctic air invasion. By Monday evening, the main storm system moves into Canada while Arctic air floods southward, and Tuesday brings clearing skies but dangerously cold temperatures across the eastern United States. Now let me address the temperature implications of this Arctic blast, which will be truly dramatic across widespread areas of the United States and will test our community's resilience. The temperature drop will be especially pronounced across the northern plains and upper Midwest, where readings could fall 30 to 40 degrees within 12 hours, creating dangerous conditions. Minneapolis and Fargo could experience temperature drops from the 20s and 30s Sunday to well below zero by Monday night, with dangerous wind chills that could threaten life and limb. Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Cleveland will see dramatic temperature crashes from the 30s and 40s Sunday to single digits and teens by Monday evening, creating infrastructure challenges. The Arctic air will continue spreading southward, reaching areas as far south as Texas and the Gulf Coast by Tuesday and Wednesday, bringing winter to places unprepared for sustained cold. Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, and Birmingham could experience temperature drops of 20 to 30 degrees as the Arctic front moves through, creating challenges for agricultural interests and infrastructure. But the story doesn't end with this weekend's bomb cyclone. Our weather pattern will remain very active for additional storm development, fulfilling ancient predictions about harsh winters. Alberta clippers will be coming out of Canada throughout next week, which means multiple additional shots of snow are going to be possible, creating ongoing challenges for affected communities. I fully expect that January is actually going to pick up in intensity pretty quickly, with this favorable storm pattern becoming established, fulfilling what the old-timers predicted. Now let me provide specific preparation recommendations based on your location within the impact zone of this dangerous bomb cyclone, because preparation could literally save your life. For areas across the northern plains and upper Midwest facing the most severe snow and wind impacts, Minneapolis, Fargo, and surrounding areas should complete all storm preparations by Saturday evening. Stock up on essential supplies including food, water, medications, flashlights, batteries, and backup heating sources in case of power outages that could last for days. Avoid all non-essential travel from Sunday morning through Monday evening, as blizzard conditions will make roads extremely dangerous or impassable, stranding those caught unprepared. For areas across the Great Lakes region, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Buffalo should prepare for extended periods of hazardous winter weather conditions, with rapidly changing lake effect snow patterns. For areas across the Ohio Valley and Southeast facing the severe weather threat, Nashville, Birmingham, Atlanta, and surrounding areas should prepare for dangerous thunderstorms with multiple hazards possible. Have a severe weather safety plan in place, including access to a sturdy shelter area away from windows during tornado warnings, because conditions could change rapidly during this event. For areas across Texas and the South Central region, Dallas, Houston, Little Rock, and surrounding areas should monitor weather conditions closely and prepare for dramatic temperature drops. For areas across the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, Albany, Boston, and interior areas should prepare for moderate to heavy snow accumulations with difficult travel conditions. For areas across the Mountain West experiencing indirect effects, Denver, Salt Lake City, and Albuquerque should prepare for much colder temperatures following the storm's passage. Before I close, let me address the broader implications of this bomb cyclone and why this represents more than just one storm event for our communities. This storm system represents a significant shift toward more traditional winter weather patterns across much of the United States, fulfilling predictions that harsh winter was coming. After periods of unusual warmth that fooled many into thinking winter had lost its power, we're seeing a return to classic storm tracks that define true winters. The jet stream configuration that promotes this bomb cyclone will likely persist, creating additional storm opportunities through January in what promises to be a winter of testing. For our elderly and vulnerable populations, this bomb cyclone represents particular dangers that require community awareness and support systems during these challenging times. Seniors living alone should have check-in systems with family or neighbors because isolation during dangerous weather can quickly become life-threatening without community support. Community support networks become essential during times like these, when neighbors checking on neighbors could literally save lives and provide crucial emotional support during trials. Faith communities play a vital role during weather emergencies, providing both spiritual comfort and practical assistance to those in need during difficult times like these. Now let me summarize the 7 most critical points about this dangerous bomb cyclone and its widespread impacts, because these are the facts that could save your life. First, explosive cyclogenesis will create a bomb cyclone this weekend with pressure dropping 24 millibars or more within 24 hours, creating dangerous conditions across multiple states. Second, snow accumulations of 2 to 3 feet are possible across parts of the northern plains and upper Midwest with blizzard conditions likely, creating historic accumulations. Third, severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds, will threaten the Ohio Valley and Southeast on Sunday during what should be peaceful holiday time. Fourth, an Arctic blast will follow this storm system, sending temperatures plunging 20 to 40 degrees within hours across affected areas, testing infrastructure and resolve. Fifth, the weather pattern will remain active, with multiple Alberta clippers bringing additional snow opportunities through early January, creating what some call a winter of reckoning. Sixth, travel conditions will be extremely dangerous or impossible across large areas during the peak impact period, Sunday through Monday, stranding those caught unprepared. Seventh, preparation time is limited, with the most dangerous conditions beginning Sunday morning and continuing through Monday evening, requiring immediate action for safety. All essential preparations, including emergency supplies and storm safety plans, should be completed by Saturday evening, because help may not be able to reach you once conditions deteriorate. Remember that specific impacts will continue to evolve as this bomb cyclone develops, and forecasts will be refined as we get closer to the most dangerous periods. I'll be monitoring this dangerous storm system around the clock and providing critical updates as conditions change, because keeping you informed could save your life. Stay informed through official weather sources and take all warnings seriously, as this storm has the potential for significant impacts that will test our communities. Whether you're facing heavy snow in Minnesota, severe weather in Alabama, or Arctic cold in Texas, preparation and faith could save your life and the lives of those you love. This has been your comprehensive bomb cyclone emergency briefing, covering the most dangerous winter weather event in recent memory as we transition into the new year. Until my next critical weather update, stay safe, stay prepared, and remember that conditions can change rapidly with storms of this magnitude and power. If you found this forecast helpful, please share it with family and friends who might be in the path of this dangerous storm system, because information saves lives. If anyone has anything I can pray about or pray over during this challenging time, please drop that in the comments below as we face this trial together. May God bless you and your families as we prepare to face this historic bomb cyclone and the challenging weather pattern that follows in the days ahead. Remember, we're not just dealing with typical winter weather. This represents a test of our preparedness, our communities, and our faith in times of trial. Together, we can weather this storm and every challenge that this unprecedented bomb cyclone brings our way, supporting each other through the difficult times ahead. Weather patterns like this remind us of nature's awesome power and our need for community support, faith, and preparation during the most challenging times. Now let me provide additional detailed information for specific metropolitan areas that will face the most significant impacts from this historic bomb cyclone system. For the Twin Cities metropolitan area, including Minneapolis and St. Paul, This bomb cyclone will likely produce the heaviest snowfall of the winter season so far. Snowfall rates could reach 2 to 3 inches per hour during the peak of the storm Sunday evening, creating whiteout conditions and making travel extremely dangerous. Wind chills could drop to dangerous levels between -20 to -30 degrees by Monday morning, creating life-threatening conditions for anyone caught outdoors. For the Chicago metropolitan area, this storm will bring a combination of heavy snow followed by dangerous wind chills as Arctic air floods in behind the system. O'Hare and Midway airports are already implementing de-icing protocols and expect significant flight delays and cancellations throughout Sunday and Monday. The lakefront areas could see enhanced snowfall due to lake effect interactions, potentially adding several additional inches to storm totals. For Detroit and the greater Michigan region, this bomb cyclone will create dangerous travel conditions across all major highways, including I-75, I-94, and I-96. Lake effect snow from Lake Huron and Lake Michigan could create additional accumulations well beyond the main storm, particularly across western and northern Michigan. For Cleveland and the greater Ohio region, this storm represents a transition zone where heavy snow gives way to severe thunderstorms further south. The timing will be critical as temperatures crash behind the system, potentially creating flash freezing conditions on roadways. For Buffalo and western New York, this bomb cyclone will be followed by classic lake effect snow patterns that could continue for several days. The Tug Hill region could see additional accumulations of 2 to 3 feet from lake effect snow following the main storm system passage. For Boston and the greater New England region, this storm will bring moderate snow accumulations but could create significant travel disruptions. Logan Airport and other regional airports should expect delays and cancellations as the storm moves through Sunday night and Monday morning. For Nashville and the greater Tennessee region, this storm will bring the severe weather threat during prime travel time as families return from holiday celebrations. The timing is particularly concerning because tornadoes are possible during daylight hours when visibility is good, but travel is at its peak. For Birmingham and northern Alabama, this severe weather outbreak could produce strong tornadoes with the potential for significant damage. The atmospheric setup favors supercell development with large hail and damaging winds, also possible across the Tennessee Valley region. For Atlanta and North Georgia, this storm will bring damaging winds and large hail as the main threats, potentially affecting millions of travelers. Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport could face significant delays and ground stops as severe weather moves through the region Sunday afternoon. For Dallas-Fort Worth and North Texas, this storm will bring severe weather, followed by a dramatic temperature crash as Arctic air arrives. DFW Airport is already preparing for potential impacts with de-icing equipment on standby and crews monitoring changing conditions closely. For Houston and southeast Texas, this storm will bring severe weather potential followed by much colder temperatures that could stress agricultural operations. Bush, Intercontinental, and Hobby airports should monitor conditions as severe weather could impact flight operations Sunday evening. Now let me address the specific infrastructure challenges this bomb cyclone will create across transportation networks nationwide. Interstate highways including I-35 from Minnesota to Texas, I-80 from Iowa to Pennsylvania, and I-90 from Minnesota to New York could become impassable. State departments of transportation are positioning snowplows and salt trucks, but the rapid nature of this storm could overwhelm normal clearing operations. For airline operations, this bomb cyclone will create a cascading effect of delays and cancellations across the entire domestic flight network. Major hubs including Minneapolis, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and Atlanta are all in the path of either heavy snow or severe weather. Passengers should expect significant delays and should check with airlines for the latest flight status before heading to airports Sunday and Monday. For power grid operations, this bomb cyclone will create multiple stress factors, including heavy snow loading on power lines and high winds. Utility companies across the impact zone are positioning crews and equipment strategically, but restoration could be hampered by continuing dangerous conditions. The extreme cold that follows will create unprecedented demand for electricity and natural gas as heating systems work overtime. For agricultural operations, this bomb cyclone will create particular challenges for livestock operations across the upper Midwest and northern plains. Cattle and other livestock will need adequate shelter and windbreaks as wind chills could reach life-threatening levels for animals. Dairy operations face challenges with milking schedules and equipment protection during blizzard conditions and the extended cold period that follows. For emergency services and first responders, this bomb cyclone will test preparedness and could strain resources across multiple states simultaneously. Ambulance services will face significant challenges reaching patients during blizzard conditions, making preparation and prevention even more critical. Hospitals should prepare for increased emergency room visits due to cold-related injuries, carbon monoxide poisoning, and weather-related accidents. Now let me address the extended weather pattern and why this bomb cyclone is just the beginning of what could be a very active January. The jet stream configuration that creates this bomb cyclone will remain favorable for additional storm development throughout the first half of January. Alberta Clippers, moving out of Canada, will continue to bring snow opportunities to the northern tier of states on a regular basis. This pattern is reminiscent of classic La Niña winters, when storm systems frequently track across the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. Areas that receive heavy snow from this weekend's bomb cyclone should prepare for continued winter weather challenges throughout January. Snow removal operations will be tested by repeated storm systems, potentially straining municipal budgets and equipment resources. For our communities, this bomb cyclone represents more than just a weather event. It's a test of our resilience and preparedness. The communities that weather this storm best will be those with strong social networks, good communication systems, and a culture of mutual support. Neighbors checking on neighbors becomes essential during events like this, particularly for elderly residents and those with special medical needs. Faith communities across the affected areas should activate their emergency assistance programs to help those most vulnerable during this challenging time. Local emergency management agencies are coordinating with state and federal resources to ensure adequate response capabilities are available. Schools serving as emergency shelters should ensure adequate heating, supplies, and staffing during what could be an extended weather emergency. For businesses across the affected regions, this bomb cyclone will create economic impacts that extend beyond the immediate weather event. Retail operations should expect supply chain disruptions and reduced customer traffic during the most dangerous periods of the storm. Service industries, including restaurants and hospitality, will face challenges with staff transportation and customer safety during peak impacts. Manufacturing facilities should implement cold weather protocols for equipment protection and worker safety during the Arctic blast that follows. Before I conclude this comprehensive briefing, let me emphasize that preparation time is running short for this historic weather event. Saturday evening represents the last safe opportunity to complete storm preparations before conditions begin to deteriorate across the impact zone. Essential supplies including food, water, medications, flashlights, batteries, and heating fuel should be acquired immediately. Vehicle emergency kits should include blankets, food, water, first aid supplies, and tools for digging out of snow drifts. Communication plans with family members should be established now, including backup methods if primary systems fail during the storm. Heating system checks and backup heating sources should be verified now because repair services will not be available during dangerous conditions. This bomb cyclone will test our communities in ways we haven't experienced in recent years, requiring both individual preparation and collective response. The lessons we learn from this event will help us prepare for future challenges because extreme weather events are likely to become more frequent. As we face this unprecedented bomb cyclone together, remember that preparation, faith, and community support will see us through the most difficult times. This has been your complete bomb cyclone emergency briefing, covering every aspect of this historic weather event, from science to community preparation. Please share this information with anyone who might be affected by this dangerous storm system because widespread preparation saves lives. Check on your neighbors, especially elderly residents and those with special needs, because community support becomes essential during weather emergencies. Until my next critical update, may God bless and protect you and your families through this dangerous weather event and the challenging days that follow. Stay informed, stay prepared, and remember that we are stronger when we face these challenges together as communities united in faith and mutual support.